Welcome, 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 everybody, and thank you for joining us for the Insert Coin to Play podcast. I'm your host, Greg. With me is Cheech. Say hello, Cheech.
Hello, guys.
And our friend Ariel.
Hey, how's it going?
So just to bring it down to earth, we're doing this because we have a passion for games. We love talking about games. Actually, at my job, I'm the only gamer there. Been playing games since I was 4. Started with the NES, and these are the guys I actually talk to about games like every day. So we love games, movies, and anime. So we're just gonna talk about a lot of different shit here. So just sit back and enjoy the ride. Anything to add, guys?
Well, like I said, we're gamers by heart. We play every system out there, every consoles, PC. And all we do is literally, we go to work, we talk about games, come back home, we talk about games, we sleep, and we dream about games. So this is pretty much what we do around here.
I don't know about dream about games. I mean, last night I had a really fucked up dream. But I'll tell you guys after Ariel does his intro.
Well, just to echo what you guys are saying, I mean, been gaming for most of my life, I'd say 30 years old now, so it's quite some time there, going back to the Atari when I was a freaking kid, my brother who had it in his room and stuff, so quite a few years of gaming. Met these guys, and like they've mentioned, just talk about games all the time, so we figured, hey, why not start a podcast to discuss it with you guys?
And we talked Ariel into getting Xbox One, and now he hates us.
He did got the nice Elite controller, though, so he loves
that thing
it.
is fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, the Elite controller is actually really good. You need to jump on that, Cheech.
If they can become available, then maybe I'll think about it. But they are sold out.
No. Actually, they are available.
Yeah.
Microsoft Store website.
All right, so you're going to make me there go tomorrow and get it.
As of this morning. I don't know about right now. But
God damn it.
It's definitely my favorite controller out there right now.
it's really, the quality on it's really good. Like I was saying, we play games. We actually all have, I would say, all 3-4 systems, except for Ariel. You don't have a Wii U, do you?
No, I'll be getting that soon, though.
But between the 3 of us, we all have a PS4, PC, and Xbox One. My PC runs SLI 780 Ti's, and both of theirs, 980 Ti's?
I have a 980.
980 Ti.
Yes.
Oh, damn, 980 Ti over here. Join the club.
I know. I have like the weakest system out of you two.
Not necessarily. The 780 Ti's are strong-ass cards, man.
And there is.
No, I mean, I would say the only...
When the game supports it.
Yeah. The only difference I would say is that, they're probably a bit more power-hungry compared to, let's say, a 980 or something. But aside from that, they're pretty equivalent.
Yeah. I mean, I bought a 1,000 watt power supply just to support the 2, so I'm pretty sure I'm good with that. Actually, I think it could have been good for like 850.
Yeah.
But
You're good. You're good for a while.
And actually, speaking of that, with your 980 Ti's, so is the minimum a 970 for the Oculus?
It seems like what they were recommending based on the news, that's been coming out today or recently, 970 to kind of get there. I mean, considering it's, I think, running natively at 1440p, right? And they're looking to target frame rates of, 70 to 90 frames per second. Yep. So, I mean, it makes sense to require a kind of beefy card. So, it's understandable.
Yeah, see? And then, in that case, then my 780 Ti's are just pieces of shit right now.
No, it's actually the equivalent.
Yeah.
It's just near brand with Haswell.
Yeah.
But it's kind of equivalent to that.
It's a similar performance.
Okay, so maybe I'll be... But I'm not spending $600. Not for an Oculus.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was taken aback a bit by the price. But then after giving it some thought and, watching some videos and just reading a little bit more about it, it's okay, for a price range when you compare it to a lot of devices out there today that provide that level of fidelity in the picture and even frame rates. I mean, look at a monitor like, similar to that. It's quite pricey too. So I kind of get it, but at the same time, it fucking hurts the pocket, man.
And I think what is missing, at least so far, because I haven't really announced anything, is the killer game for it. They do need a killer game in order for it to sell it.
They have that. It's called Oculus Porn.
Well, I think they're launching with what, Eve Valkyrie, and I forget the other one, which a lot of people have said pretty good things about Eve Valkyrie on VR. So, maybe that's something that'll get a lot of people. Once they start showing, if anybody starts doing Let's Plays or anything like that, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be interested at that point. But, yeah, the barrier to entry is going to be the biggest hurdle there.
Yep, and they're the first one to announce price, so they're pretty much setting up the price point for the rest. So let's see how the PlayStation VR does and how the HTC Vive one does, which that one is on my radar.
Well, you guys brought up a good point, because monitors, 1440p monitor is about $400?
$700 about my goddammit.
Yeah, so like $300,
And
$400.
it's also going to be running at like 144 hertz, I think it is. I'm sure it's going to be up there though. If it's looking to target 70 to 90 frames on average, I think it is. So yeah, man, like it makes sense.
It does, because even a 4K monitor right now is like $600.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're just pretty much getting a headset and not a 4K monitor.
So if anything, in terms of competition with regard to Sony and so on, and all that, they're probably. I'm assuming Sony's going to try to target 1080p. And in that case,
Definitely.
it'll probably make it cheaper, and a lot of people will see it as a more appealing option. But
they're
that's
targeting.
to be seen.
Yeah, it's 1080 and 160 frames or 120 frames around there.
120.
The thing with Sony though is that they will most likely have first-party games to back it up.
Yeah, but it has to be good ones.
Yeah.
Now if they do something like Shadow of the Colossus,
Oh, that would
VR.
be dope as hell, man.
that would be awesome. You just
No, just give me Extreme Beach Volleyball.
But yeah, I can. If I had to guess for the price for the PlayStation, they said it was going to be the price of a console. I think $400. They're going to go.
Yeah, 400. Yeah,
400.
I agree with
I'm
that.
I'm leaning more towards the 350 price range on Sony's side. I'm thinking they'll be willing to bite the bullet a bit with regard to the pricing, only because they already have a large install base. So just to get them in people's homes, I'm thinking they'll kind of provide a decent price range that people could be like, okay, it's expensive, but you know what? It's a lot cheaper than fucking than the other options. So why not?
Now you get think about this too. Also, you're not just buying the PlayStation VR. You also have to buy the PlayStation camera, and you also have to buy the PlayStation Move controllers in order to make it all work.
Well, I'm sure they'll bundle them they'll bundle it with the Move controllers.
Well, you're right to make it worth it,
Yeah.
but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
I think the camera, though. I think you're right about the camera. Well,
Yeah, camera.
Yeah, because
you
as
need
it is, how much is the camera separately on its own right now? It's like
40
60
bucks.
Is it 40? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
$40. Yeah, it dropped
All
price.
right.
yeah, it's like 40 or 50. It's not that much.
Yeah, that's when your infamous little controller light of death that you hate so much will actually come into play.
Yeah. But they'll probably do something similar to what they're doing with God, bro, I'm like losing my mind. What the fuck? Holy crap, with Oculus, holy shit. But they'll probably do something similar to that, where they introduce different bundles, let's say. I'm sure Oculus is going to do, something where you can just get the Rift on its own without the Xbox controller, and any other tacked on things that they'll probably be doing. So Sony will probably do something where they will do PlayStation VR along with the camera and the Move controllers. Price it at, let's say, $400 or $500. Now you get a full package which you can use to play your virtual games or whatever it is. But I'm sure we'll get a lot more information with that with CES coming up, E3 this year. We'll probably get a lot more on that.
Yeah, if you guys didn't know, CES, Consumer Entertainment, a Consumer Electronics Show?
Yeah.
Yeah. It started today, and the PlayStation show is on the 7th, I believe.
Yep. They did their actual conference yesterday night.
But this is for just the VR. It's the 7th, and I believe it's 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Now, another thing with, just on a side note, with Oculus Rift, Microsoft, from what I recall, is going to be kind of pushing that, right? For the
Yes,
Xbox
they
One.
are.
So,
Well, the thing with the Xbox One and the VR, it's not really.
It's not
a
like, yeah,
VR
exactly.
experience.
it's like it's an option. Like, hey, we're going to let you use this thing on our console.
And it's just like a little movie theater thing that you just sit there.
Oh, so it's
watch
not
yourself
necessarily
stream
going to
the
be
game. Yes.
for games?
Yeah, no. So far, all they said, what they have now and shown was that you still need to have the Oculus connected to your PC, and you're basically, you know how you stream
Via
Xbox into your PC.
Xbox app and
Yeah,
so on?
so you open that up, you open Rift, and you're just gonna be sitting there in an actual like home theater type of thing, and with a big screen looking at your game. That's it.
Ah, okay.
That's all there is so far.
So then I guess we'll have to wait for HoloLens on their end to see how much they push that forward with the console or just in general. Clearly that's going to be something that they're looking to apply not only to gaming but to just everyday applications. Which
Yeah, I mean, they have made it very clear so far that it's not supposed to be a gaming gadget.
Which, Oculus?
HoloLens.
No, HoloLens.
Oh, yeah. Even from most of the trailers that they've been showing, it was like a lot of mechanical uses. You see the person building the wheel. I guess with the only game that they showed off like in detail was Minecraft.
Which will make sense for a game like that, actually.
You're just building stuff.
I will make my entire living room an entire freaking Minecraft castle.
But yeah, if you guys have any comments on what you're thinking in terms of the whole VR situation, are you interested in a Rift VR, or your thoughts on HoloLens VR with Xbox, you guys can shoot over to our Facebook page and throw in some comments, let us know what you think, and we'll kind of discuss that with you guys along the way if you continue to follow us.
I mean, overall, the positive feedback from both of those systems, it's actually extremely well. Like, a lot of people say Oculus is really lifelike. Project Morpheus, from what people tried out. So, one of these days we'll try it out. Maybe E3.
Hopefully. But we can't forget about the Vive either. Valve and HTC are doing that one up. That one's not out of the running yet. So still a lot to see and hear about with VR so far.
Yeah, but there's no marketing for it. At least there's marketing.
Well, I still feel like the Vive is still in its early phase or its early stages.
Yes.
But I'm sure the Valve will probably pump some money behind that, or even HTC. HTC will probably push it to use with your phones or something like that. Who knows?
I mean, so far, to be honest, I'm more interested in that one just because the way it works.
What's different about the Valve HTC one?
The main difference between is, so far, the PlayStation VR and Oculus, you're just stationary at your desk with your headset on. What the Vive does differently is that it actually scans your room.
It has a built-in camera.
Based on the size. It has a built-in camera, and you could actually play the game while walking around your room, and it kind of gives you the possible submersion in there. Because you're actually walking around, looking up and down, trying to pick things up, and it seems good. Like, technology behind it seems pretty good.
Which is cool, but at the same time, I don't know, personally at least, I don't know about moving while using VR. I feel like I'm going to bump into things, kill myself, so...
It does have a front-facing camera to guide
Yeah.
you, so I don't know how that's going to work.
Oh, okay.
You'll be walking around, warning. It said, warning, your 4K TV detected. Warning, it's broken.
So, yeah. What are you guys playing?
You can go first, Cheech.
Well, fortunately, I'm actually replaying World of Warcraft again, 1 through 100. It's been an interesting journey so far, but other than that, I actually have been playing Fallout 4, still playing it, and I believe I've been playing it more than you guys at this point
possibly.
now.
Dude,
And
I only played like an hour of it.
I mean, at first, I just didn't like it that much because it doesn't seem to be like my cup of tea. But I'm starting to enjoy it now, getting the hang of the VAT system.
Well,
that's not too
before
bad.
Fallout 4, did you play any other Fallout games?
No.
Uh,
Yeah, I mean, even Skyrim, I never got into it. I bought it, never really got into it. But I gave this a try because of the hype, and it's growing in me. I'm actually liking it now.
Well, that's funny because actually, from what I hear, Fallout 3 has a better storyline than Fallout 4.
well, that seems to be the general consensus, yeah, because it seems like it was more streamlined with the options that you're giving in terms of dialogue. That seems to be what a lot of people are up in arms about.
Okay. Well, the
Really?
good thing is you can always go back to 3 Cheech and then download like high res mods, and it'll
Oh,
look
yeah.
good. You'll,
I actually did that with Star Wars: The Old Republic. There's a mod that gets you the lost content, and they actually increase the graphics. Looks pretty badass, actually.
Such a good. Did you start it? Well, you started it?
Yeah, I put like 4
God,
hours
so
already.
good, man. Oh, and
Yeah,
Greg,
it's
you never
actually
got
pretty
around to it, did you?
Old Republic now.
Oh, God. You guys got to finish that shit. It's
No,
so
he's playing
fantastic.
Old Republic, the MMO.
Oh, the old. Oh,
No. I'm not talking about the
Knights,
game, the
Knights.
actual game.
KOTOR, yeah.
Yeah, the Knights. Yeah, cool.
Oh wait, you're playing KOTOR.
Yeah, I bought it. that day.
Oh.
I mean, $2. I can't complain about that.
Yeah, I only played like 10 minutes of it.
Oh, you got to get around to that at some point, man. It's really good. It's probably the best Star Wars game out there.
Yeah, it reminds me of their MMO a lot. A lot of the things is literally straight to it. Like, I was like, wow, this makes me want to play the MMO more.
Well, all right, I'm booing WoW. WoW's okay. I mean, that's how I met Cheech. So he was my twos partner. We hit 2K rating in Arena, and that was in the past. But it's because of WoW that I have my backlog, and that's why I'm doing it. Because I played too much WoW from 2005 to 2000, what, like 11, 12?
Oh, you're still playing it on and off now,
You're
right?
still playing it on and off, so.
Don't talk about it. No, yeah, I log on, but I only do the Garrison dailies. I actually don't play too much after that. Plus, with this holiday that came up, I didn't have time to play anything. I was kind of sad. It's like, oh man, I wanted to beat some games, but
Yeah, his whole, for those that don't know, his whole plan was, I'm going to take this week and beat a bunch of my catalog. Next thing you know, he didn't use a single day to play a single game.
yeah. I was like, shit, I'm in AC for a couple of days. It's like, yep. Then got home, and there's that Filipino thing where you have to make sure your house is clean before the new year.
I think Hispanics, we had
it's
that
similar.
too. I remember, yeah, in Puerto Rico, I had to do the same crap all the time. I don't do it now. My mom is not here to tell me to do it.
What are you playing, Greg?
Right now I'm playing Ori. Ori and the
What do you think
Blind
so
Forest.
far?
It's actually really good. You know what? Not to knock it or anything. It was just it was a part of my backlog, and I saw it recently in everyone's like top 10 lists. I didn't. I knew it was a big deal, but I didn't know why.
Uh-huh.
But the art direction, the way the presentation, how they have the foreground, background moving,
Yeah.
the music, and just the way the gameplay, how it's pretty kind of up tempo because I'm only about 2 hours in, and I can jump off the walls, do double jump, and it's really solid. It's a
Yeah.
really solid game.
So yeah, like you mentioned, with it be with at least being visually appealing, that's what drew me to the game when it first released. I mean, I didn't really know much about it before that, and I saw it pop up on Steam, and I was like, "This looks really nice." And you know how I am with just visuals. That's like my thing. I thought like it looked great, so I started playing it, and it has this somber tone from the beginning, and you're like, "Fuck, this is dark, right?" And then as you continue to get through it, the gameplay kind of contradicts the visuals in a way, or like the undertones of that story, because it's like you mentioned, so lively, right?
Yes.
But then the undertones of that storyline is kind of like, fuck, this is kind of fucked up, man. So, but just the whole ride was awesome, man. I love that game.
And you spoiled it for me with that whole tree scene. I was like, shit, I'm not up to that part. you jerk.
Dude, it's the
Spoiler alert.
it's the best. I thought it was my favorite part for sure. It's not really a spoiler. It's not a story spoiler, man.
Okay, it's not yeah, it isn't. But still, I was just like, oh, so that's what happens there. And you know what it is also? Like, when Super Meat Boy was free on PSN for a while, I was playing that game hardcore. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't go to sleep till like 2.
Really, you got that into
I
it?
did, because it's a lot of trial and error, and it's like yo, I want to beat this stage. All right, now I got to try to beat this stage, and once you beat the stage, because you can do it normally, and normally it's actually, for me, it wasn't that hard. But then you can go into the dark world, where you have to be extremely precise with your jumps, and that's the one where I was just stuck on it. It's just like stuck on the stage for a couple of deaths.
I wonder if you and Celine were playing this at about the same time. Celine is actually one of our friends. I actually met Greg through this friend Celine, but because he was really into that game as well.
No, but he played it back when on the 360, like years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't play it recently.
All right.
I was still in my WoW phase then, so
But yeah, he would always try to get me to get into that game. I never found the time to.
well, what game are you playing, Ariel?
Right now, I'm just kind of jumping around from things. With the holiday that just passed, I was able to finish a few games in my backlog, I guess, or some new ones that I purchased thanks to Steam and the sales that were going on. But what I'm playing now, according to yesterday, Amplitude on PS4, which I stayed up till about 2:30 in the morning playing that thing. Fantastic, man. Rhythm game.
What's so good about it?
It's what's funny actually. It's similar to what you mentioned with Super Meat Boy, right? Where it's challenging. I guess, of course, depending on the difficulty that you set it at, and you kind of always want to do yourself up or one up yourself every time you go through and unlock new songs and whatever. So I guess it's just a challenge in itself. It's a lot of electronica sort of music, so I guess it depends on whether you're into that type of stuff or not, as to how much you're going to enjoy it. But I eat that stuff right up, man. And especially since I was looking for a rhythm game for a little while there, that kind of filled that niche for me.
Oh, is that why you kept on asking me about Persona 4 music?
Yeah. What was it, Dancing All Night? I was like, how
Yeah,
is it,
that's
man?
it.
I was actually hoping it was on PS4 so that I could check it out, because I was, like I said, looking for something in the rhythm genre that didn't require a fucking guitar, man.
Though, actually, on my trip or during that break, when I was like in AC and whatnot, I actually did play a lot more Persona 4, and it's good. It's good. It's like the way it comes out is if you see it, like the buttons come out from the middle and goes to the side. So I found out like if you hold the PSP Vita a good distance, you'll be able to see it easily. And it actually has a real storyline to it
Oh, okay.
compared to just, hey, we gotta dance and
Yeah.
save people.
Press some buttons.
Yeah, there's actually, it's heavy on dialogue.
Yeah.
Kinda like
It's Japanese, so yeah, it's to be expected.
Yeah.
We need the next revolution of DDR.
Well, see that's what Amplitude kind of is, but it was around that same era.
No, but you need to dance it, man.
Oh,
You need to get that pad on
Well, yeah,
home
this
and
is
start
this is
dancing.
I'm talking about DDR when you're at home and it's like 10 o'clock at night, but you're 15 years old, so you have to play with the controller.
Hey, they had a game for that. It was called Stepmania.
But yeah, that's what it is, man. It's really cool. You guys should
Oh,
check it out.
You guys don't remember Stepmania? Am I the only one? Me and my Asian friend Law.
likely.
Was that the one that was on PC?
Yeah, and then you used the up, down, left, right arrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
But it used DDR music. Like,
Yeah.
that was fun. I actually played DDR so much. At one point, when I fall asleep, all I see is like arrows everywhere.
Arrows.
And I close my eyes and there's just arrows. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm the only one out of my friends who can do heavy on both pads. Like the transition where you have to go from one to the other and just like go stream back and forth.
Uh-huh.
I'm the only one who can do that. My other friend
Well, this is on the machines, the arcade.
on the machine, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And my other friend, he mastered like the single pad. So he was able to do like Oni mode where you only have
what was
3
that one
lives.
song? Was it Dead End? I think it was on one of the DDRs.
Dead End was one of them, but like the hardest or harder songs were either the Paranoias or the Max. So there's Max 300, Legend of Max, and there's a Max Unlimited.
Yeah. Takes me back to high school, man.
Oh, the high school
Yeah,
days.
it's some good times.
Shit, you were in high school. I was like a freshman in college.
Oh, when I was playing, what's it called, DDR in the arcades, yeah, I was in high school. Because I remember going to the arcade around me here before it closed down and going out to Fun and Games before that closed down over in Wayne.
Oh, fun and games.
Yeah. And even Kids Kingdom down in Edgewater, I think it was. But we used to go out to these places. Pump It Up was the one that they had there, though.
Wait, Kids Kingdom? Was that the one that was next to the Japanese place?
Well, within that same area, Mitsuya.
Yes, yeah. Oh, that's the name of it, because I remember that arcade. But they also had a DDR machine in the movie theater in that area, too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure they.
Star Pass, Star something.
Yeah. Oh well, now it's an AMC now, I believe.
The Edgewater Multiplex?
Yeah, isn't it an AMC?
I don't know. I haven't been there. I've been going to Sea Caucus for my movies, because
Karasodi.
Yeah.
those reclining
Yeah, Chicago's
seats.
the best.
Yep.
Oh man. So, talking about movies, what are you guys watching? Anything good?
I mean, what?
I mean, come on, Star Wars.
Well, I haven't watched it yet.
What?
have
You
not
still
watched
haven't
it.
watched it?
You are slacking.
Because it's one of those things where I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta go this weekend, and then I just stay home and play games. So,
So you aren't part of the group that has made Star Wars the top grossing domestic movie
Not
ever?
as of yet, no. I gotta get to it, though. But what did you guys think?
I think it was a awesome beginning.
Of course,
Kinda.
without spoiling anything.
Yeah. Kind of what it said. You know how it's they usually release 3 movies. A burst of 3. So I think this will be a awesome first part of the next kind of trilogy.
So a good beginning,
yeah,
in
that's-
other words. It's a good start to what
Yeah.
they're...
Good start. Good new characters. Backgrounds were done pretty well so far. So I mean,
How'd you guys feel about the
I love it.
characters or the new characters within the franchise?
I enjoyed them. I mean, just like what Cheech was saying, that like the way they shot the film, the cinematography, they actually pulled a lot of it from the previous original ones.
The first set.
Yeah, 4, 5, and 6. And the characters were really enjoyable. They actually had like a life to them. They weren't robotic. If you ever see the prequels, like some of the acting in there was
1, 2, and 3, yeah.
1, 2, and 3. But from what I hear,
Ooh. God, that was horrible, man.
from what I hear with the not the originals, the prequels, was that almost everything, was done on a green screen. So you had to pretend there was stuff around
Yeah.
here. While with this one, they actually built.
Yeah, they
some
shot it on location. Yeah, that's something that I saw, which it's kind of easy to pick out with 1, 2, and 3. You could tell it was fully green screen, especially if you're watching it now. It just looks really bad at times.
Yeah.
So the fact that they went with shooting on location is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then one of the cooler things that if you look around the internet, if you haven't seen it, is that someone took the original films and remastered them and up-res the whole video of them
Uh-huh.
and took out all the extra stuff that George Lucas has
Put in.
Yeah, over the years. And if you're able to find a copy of it, it actually looks really good. Like, they did a really good job on that.
Now, did they reuse locations from the 4, 5, and 6 movies? Like, did they visit those same locations within the new movie?
I might have to watch it again, because offhand I don't think so, because I don't remember. I would have to check it out again. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I like Star Wars, but I'm not.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah, I'm with you there.
But you know what's a good movie that I saw recently? Hateful Eight. If you
That's
like Quentin Tarantino
yeah.
movies, that movie is...
That kind of just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
The backstory behind that was someone actually released the writing for it, the script, and they Quentin Tarantino wasn't gonna do the movie because he's like, why would I want to do the movie if people already know what happens?
Oh, this is that scenario. I remember
Yes.
this. Yeah.
But in the end, he actually pulls through. And the best way I can describe it without like spoiling it is like a Western Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Because there's a certain point where you're like, who's done it? Who's the good guys? Who's the bad guys? And just like Kill Bill and Reservoir Dogs, this movie is pretty bloody.
With a hint of Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. And
That sounds interesting.
and kind of like Kill Bill, like the second part, a good portion of the movie is dialogue heavy, but the way it's written, it's written well. Like all the characters,
Good pacing and so on.
yeah. So if you get a chance to watch it, he actually has a special showing going around where he filmed the movie in 70 millimeter script, and it was this old millimeter shooting that they used to do back in the 1950s, 60s.
Okay.
And I was reading an article about it, how they did this because it was like an ultra widescreen panoramic view of how the movies were shot. And when they were trying to present the movies back in the 50s and 60s, they wanted to make the people feel like they're actually going to like a show, that it wasn't just a movie that they're watching, that they're actually part of it.
Part of it. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's only select locations where you can actually watch a movie like this. They said it's good to watch a movie that has this panoramic when it's like a lot of open area, but this movie actually takes place a good portion indoors.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow they said it still looks really good the way it's shot.
I was still able to accomplish that feeling, I guess. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I wish I knew about that earlier, because then I would have tried to watch that one first, then watch just the normal version.
I mean, you can always go back to it. I mean, if you still have the time to, or if they're still showing it anywhere around here and so on. That way, at least you have a point of reference to be like, okay, I saw the movie this way, but now I'm going to go in and see it, in this other fashion. You'll probably get more out of it that way, especially having seen the movie prior to that.
Yeah, like I saw in Fandango, they had some places in New York that they're still showing it. I mean, the movie just came out like a week ago, so I don't know. Maybe I'll see how it is, how my week turns out.
You shall play no more games for the rest of the week.
No, don't do that. I want to play games. I want to finish Ori and then finish Undertale, because that's the second one everyone keeps talking about.
Yeah, that's one I got to check out. I don't know if I'll get to that anytime soon.
But it's okay, because one of the games that we were looking forward to playing this year got delayed till next year.
The reason that I bought a fucking Xbox. Delayed. How dare you?
Delay.
I don't know how you guys feel about that.
2017.
And of course, we're speaking about Scalebound by Platinum Games. Platinum being one of my favorite, companies out there. Just because they make their games are fun. You just go out there, beat shit up, and then, you kind of put it down after a while. So I was really looking forward to this Scalebound game. Unfortunately, all I have to look forward to on Xbox this year is Quantum Break. If I'm wrong, please tell me otherwise. Introduce me to some other exclusive titles on Xbox that I should probably get into. And it's not that I'm a hater, just to put it out there. I bought this machine for its exclusives. So that's why I was a little upset about Scalebound, but it's understandable. I mean, were you guys looking forward to Scalebound at all?
Yes, I actually was looking for that game a lot. But I mean, based on the demo they showed and whatever little gameplay they have shown, you could tell the game was just not gonna release this year because it was.
The frame rate looked kind of iffy.
The frame rate was everywhere in that game. It seems.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe they actually make the game DX12 now with a delay. So let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they showed it during Gamescom. I think was the last time.
Gamescom was the last one.
Yep.
It wasn't Tokyo Game Show.
No. It was
Gamescom.
Oh, that's actually August.
Yeah, that was last summer for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
But it looks promising, man, with the whole multiplayer thing. And again, I really love Platinum, so I was, it just kind of sucked. But hopefully it'll be a better game for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's better from the delay. Like, have you ever played Vanquish?
No, I haven't, unfortunately, and that's because I sold my Xbox 360, and then after that I sold my PS3. Yeah, so I never got around to. But check this
became
out.
Master Race
Check
for a
this
little
out. You know,
Yeah, Master Race.
backwards compatibility. Maybe I can play it now. Maybe I'll have something to do on the Xbox, or I don't even know if that'll be on PlayStation Now.
It's on PlayStation Now, I think, but don't worry about PlayStation Now. But yeah, Vanquish.
Well, I've actually used it, and I'm okay with PlayStation Now. Just putting that out there.
Okay, PlayStation Now is okay if you don't have any systems at all.
See, well, that's why I love it, right? Because I don't have my previous consoles or any of those games anymore. I got rid of all that stuff. So having that option is great. I could just rent the title. That's why I love it, and I could completely understand why a lot of people are against it, especially if they already own those titles like you do. I'm sure you'd much prefer having the option to just pop in the disc and, on your way you go. But I'm glad the option is there.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the things why I'm thinking of getting more stuff on PC than any of my consoles. It's just because of that backwards compatibility. But at the same time, I love physical.
Yeah.
I like holding it in my hand and opening up the case.
Physical's gonna go away. Maybe next gen. Not
Yeah,
this
Greg
one.
is a big advocate for collecting games, and therefore has a library of hundreds of games that you guys would probably be jealous of.
Yeah, these guys seen pictures, but they haven't been in the room with it yet.
I'm sure it's overwhelming. Shit.
Well, you two have been going crazy buying games now, and now you have a sample of how I feel when you're like, shit, what game should I play? I don't know. I have all these to choose from. Fuck it, I'm gonna go on YouTube.
See, but at least for us, we do a lot of digital. Or at least, I definitely do a lot of digital downloads because I don't want to end up in that place where I'm just like overwhelmed by my games. But I could completely understand why you like getting them because there's something about having that box, knowing that you own that game,
Yep.
But you do the collector's editions, Greg. Holy fuck. Oh, shit.
Every almost
Yeah.
freaking game.
This man, every game he buys, collector's edition.
No, not every.
All in.
Not every. Just some of the higher promising games. Dark
There's
Souls.
still a lot in that collection you have, though, man. I remember when you showed me the picture, I was like, God, that's a lot of collector's editions, which looks badass. If a kid were to walk into that room, they'd be like in heaven.
Oh, I actually had that. I had my neighbor. Her nephews came up from Florida because they were visiting, and then she brought them over to my house, and then they just looked at my collection, and it looked like they were gonna cry. Cry tears of joy.
Or jealousy.
jealousy.
But talking about delays, on a side note, Uncharted also delayed April.
April. That's not bad.
It's
that's
not
a
too
month.
bad.
That's not too bad. I mean, I think we're gonna see a lot more delays this generation.
I think that's just the nature of
Especially
the
with
beast
Brexit.
nowadays. Delays are to be
Yeah,
expected.
Yeah, especially with people's expectations and whatnot.
Especially
I mean-
considering how much these games cost, I'm sure they want to make sure they're right. Although on the PC side of things, I can't really attest to that. Arkham Knight,
What are you talking about? I was able to play that at 2K with no problem.
Yeah, not at launch.
Yes, at launch.
Well, then I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
I thought you were able to play it, but then at some parts it would just like drop.
Oh, no, I was able to play the game at 30 frames per second, 1080p with no features, and then it would still dip. And mind you, like I'm running my 980, so I was like, this is completely trash. But I played through it just to get the story done with, mostly because I didn't want to spoil it for myself.
I couldn't play through it. I just only stole it already. Whatever.
I mean, and
There'll be a time and day when I get drunk enough that I can actually play it. I would not mind the drops.
It's okay. I don't have that problem because I got it for PS4.
Congratulations.
I can't go more than 30 frames, right?
Cinematic experience one in this one.
Well, if I'm gonna play something like Ori and then Undertale, if you ever seen the graphics for Undertale, it looks like shit. But from what I hear, it's actually a really good game.
Listen, some of the best game that we have all played have been shit-looking games.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, when it comes to visual stimulation through these games, right? It's not so much the graphics; it's more so the presentation, right? So if it's done right, I'm cool with it. Like it doesn't necessarily have to be lifelike, but I want a freaking pretty image, you know? Like Undertale is fine. Why? Because there's no aliasing. Which is like my freaking nemesis. Aliasing will destroy an experience for me.
That's why you never got through Bloodborne.
Yeah, well, I got pretty far. I got pretty damn far. I got near the end, and then I stopped. And actually, Bloodborne...
He got near the end.
That's a testament to how good that game was, that I freaking just pushed through the aliasing to the point where I was like, I don't see it. Just tell yourself you don't see it, and it's not there.
until he saw the last boss, and I'm like, oh my god, look at his face. I can see the aliasing.
But it's a fantastic game, man. I need to get back to that sometime soon. But yeah, it's like I said, presentation is key, I think. So long as the image looks smooth, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, that's true. Like Rise of the Tomb Raider, like I decided to get it early because I just didn't want it spoiled. So I played it on Xbox One. You guys must be excited that it's coming out at the end of this month, right?
For PC, definitely.
With that.
For PC, yep. January 28th.
See, I'm curious if they're still using Tress effects for it, or is it?
It is supposed to showcase Tracks Effects 3.0. The funny part of all this is that NVIDIA is actually bundling the game with their cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah. You would think AMD would have jumped on that horse, unless they have.
So far, I haven't announced anything. I mean, and NVIDIA hasn't really announced any NVIDIA GameWorks stuff. Thank God, hopefully not.
No GameWorks, no, was that the hair effects for GameWorks?
Oh, yeah.
No, Joshua, we do not want to let hair effects on Lara's hair.
Yeah, hair works. I mean, it's actually not so bad. With Witcher 3, it was a little taxing, and that's mostly because they forced on launch 8 times MSAA on the fucking hair.
Yeah,
that was really the problem there. But once you can mess around with the configuration file and lowered it to at least 4, you were fine from there for the most part.
Yeah, I remember when I was playing Witcher, I'm like, oh, this is awesome, 60 FPS, 2K, walking around the jungle, and then the first time I saw a freaking bear, that should drop to like 10 frames per second. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, that's that.
Is that why? I mean, it was an awesome, glorious-looking bear with a hair everywhere, but I'm like, okay, yeah, I can play this thing.
But having
They just turned to Bloodborne.
Pretty much.
Having finished Rise, what did you think overall? I mean, in comparison to the relaunch of the series.
For which one?
Tomb Raider.
Oh, so Tomb Raider was a really good game. Well, playing on the Xbox One, I don't know, there were some scenes where it just looked off, which, when you're playing it on your PC, your AA, you guys are probably playing at 1440p. It's going to look a lot better, but overall it's a great game. If I had to try to relate it to Uncharted, I want to say they're just two different beasts. Just because
a lot of people like to make that comparison. I wouldn't really say that they're similar. They kind of approach things differently.
Gameplay wise,
I think Uncharted kind of grabbed a lot of stuff from Tomb Raider.
Well, yeah. I mean, that was its thing, right? It took what Tomb Raider was and kind of defined it for the new generation. And then Tomb Raider comes back and they kind of try to one-up it. So, I mean, in that sense, yeah, they're kind of competing head-to-head. But the experiences from my, perspective are completely different.
Yeah. And then, Tomb Raider took their stuff from, Indiana Jones? Mm-hmm. So it's this whole cycle. And
Uncharted Indiana Jones, I think it was, right? Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
They all came from somewhere else,
yeah.
similar, yeah. But, I mean, that's the thing. Tomb Raider, it takes itself extremely seriously.
Seriously, yeah.
And, that's a big draw for a lot of people. Just how serious the game is, how bloody it is. Her death sequences are
They're fucker death. There's some of them are cringe worthy. You're like, oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah.
exactly like if you remember in the reboot for the 2013.
Yeah, man, when she impales herself with the freaking spike or whatever. Oh my god.
Oh, that beginning of that game, I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck just happened? Like I literally felt that shit through my
Yeah.
fucking stomach. I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, so she falls on that, and if you don't do the buttons quick enough, she gets crushed by rocks, and you see the rocks like crush her face a little.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Pretty intense. But yeah, with this game, do you sort of get that same feeling from it? You know, that kind of
That shock and all.
imminent, like, you know, your imminent danger sort of feeling the whole way through?
Yes and no. Actually, this time around, because right before I played the new one, I played the reboot, so I was kind of trained in my reflexes, so I didn't die as much in the Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I didn't get to see too much of the death. But in terms of gameplay, like they added a lot more in terms of exploration and the tombs. Which going for the tombs is worth it because you get more extra moves.
So there's a
Extra
reason
bonuses.
to
There's-
go through with
yeah.
the completion side of things and try to get everything.
Yes, yeah. So there is a reason to actually do the tombs, and the puzzles aren't extremely hard. You just have to think a little.
I'm definitely excited. I mean,
But I would say, guys, like play it.
oh, for
Play
sure.
it. If you gotta play it, buy it full price from Square Enix to support them, or if you spite them and get it from like a third party.
No, I mean, I'll be picking it up through, you know, an official retailer.
Grim-
You know, maybe at a
Grim Man
discount.
Gaming.
Green Man, you know. But
Oh,
you
Green
know,
Man Gaming is
they,
legit.
I'm sure they've got some DLC. Usually, when I do things from GMG, if it's something I'm excited for, like Batman, you know, I bought the fucking full version of that with all the DLC, season pass, and everything, and then I was let down. But for Tomb Raider, I'll probably do the same. I'll get everything for it. Hopefully, it's worthwhile.
I think, I mean, based on their minimum recommended specs, I think the game is well optimized. I mean, you can tell right away when a game is kind of shit optimized when the minimum specs are freaking up there.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck?
Yeah, definitely stoked for that end of the month. But there's a lot of little gems on the, you know, which we can discuss at a later date. I'll probably do that another time. You know, but January has a lot of little gems coming through.
Yeah, you already talked about Amplitude.
Amplitude, yes. You know, check that out. PSN guys, $20.
You know what one I actually am interested in trying out? The Darkest Dungeon.
The
official release.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, isn't that already on early access or something?
Yes, but the official release, which is coming out for both PC and PS4, I believe it's the 19th.
Ah, okay. It's interesting.
Yeah. And then, of course, the game I've been trying to get the collector's edition for like the whole last month, and I was able to get it earlier this month, is Final Fantasy
Final
Explorers.
Explorers.
Yes, for the 3DS.
Dude, you seem so stoked for that.
I am. It's Final Fantasy.
So I don't know much about it. What is it?
So it's Final Fantasy job system, where you get to choose like a Dark Knight,
Okay.
and whatnot. 4-player co-op, and you pretty much go.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and you can hunt. It's like Monster Hunter, where you fight all these huge monsters. But I think in here you can actually fight some of the summons too. So
So is it like? Would you say it's kind of like the new Crystal Chronicles in a way?
yes and no, just because Crystal Chronicles you had, it was more. The last Crystal Chronicles I played was
Yeah.
for GameCube.
Yeah.
And that was more isotop view,
Oh, isometric.
isometric, yeah. So that was kind of like Diablo. This plays more like Monster Hunter, and I tried it. I tried it at Comic-Con, and I actually really enjoyed it. So I'm actually excited for it.
Now, is it? Well, then in that case, it's like action RPG.
Yeah, it's like action
Oh, okay.
RPG.
All right, that's pretty cool. And you'll be getting that.
Yeah,
When's that dropping? This month also, right?
yeah. It drops this month. Actually, the 28th, 29th. Yeah, 28th.
Sweet.
Okay.
See, that's on DS though. See, that's the problem for me, man. I have no handhelds. aside from my phone. It's just I'd love to get into that. I never have the time really.
Yeah, I mean, I have both handhelds right now, but I honestly don't play them. I mean, anything gaming, I'm gonna end up buying it.
Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm at the laundromat. You show us a picture of you playing a game on your iPhone. I was like, what happened to your 3DS or your Vita?
Oh man, phone master race, man.
I'll be right back. 1 second. Sorry.
Oh, you could chop this up, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else?
Yeah, this is just
He has
this
to pick
just
up his-
definitely went on more than 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Well, we were doing the hour today, no?
I don't know.
He said
He
8:50.
was supposed to.
So we
I thought
started
he was
late also,
supposed to
too.
leave at 8:30.
Wasn't it 8:50?
Yeah. No, but I think he was supposed to leave around like 8:30 or
Oh,
something
so
like
why
that.
didn't he stop and say something?
I don't know. He's gonna get beat up by his girl right now.
Probably.
Hey, I heard all that. You guys could have just went with another topic in the middle of that. Now I have to splice it.
Well, no, yeah, that's
Yeah,
because
just-
you figured I'll
just
be
say-
right back. So I was like, oh, we'll splice it, take care of that.
Yeah, he gave me the warning. He said, yeah, he could slide this thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll be easy for you to slide.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Speaking of games, one that's coming out next week is based off one of the shows that is freaking awesome. You guys need to check it out. Rick and Morty.
And this is coming out on.
Even though I just ragged on Cheech for playing iPhone games, it's coming out for iPhone and Android.
Boom.
Oh, see, now we can check it out. What?
Yeah.
See, we do not discriminate, guys. We game.
I saw a little GIF of that game today. It looks interesting and funny as hell.
Yeah, the little GIF or the little teaser that they put out, it looks like it's like a Pokemon type game.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Like I say, I need to get more into that show, man. I've seen 2 episodes, laughed my ass off. Definitely need to watch more though.
Oh, definitely watch more. But yeah, I mean that's a good one. And then games, I'm pretty sure you guys are looking in the future because I know you two played all the Assassin's Creed. So
Oh, see, so this is where we get into the currently released news about Assassin's Creed Empire. 2017, Ubisoft taking a break. First time in
About time.
how many years?
It's been a long road.
See, I'm of the opposite or the opposing side on this, but I'd like to hear what you guys have to say.
well, I can't say anything. I haven't even
Played an AC in a while.
I haven't played AC since Brotherhood. But I think it's a good idea that they're taking the little break because actually they can focus on the game, which they should be doing and not making it annually because you saw the quality of that drop between, was it Black Flag to Unity? And then the next team that actually had 2 years to work on Syndicate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Syndicate was after Unity, wasn't it?
Syndicate was
Yeah.
after Unity, yeah.
Yeah. Then they had a good amount, and you guys love Syndicate, right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really, really liked that game. And this was, I'm trying to think what studio this was. I'm not sure if it was Ubisoft Sofia or Quebec. Was it Quebec? Oh, well. Either way, Syndicate was really good. Have you finished it yet, Cheech?
Yeah, I finished.
What'd you think overall?
I think I enjoyed that one more than Unity, to be honest.
Yeah. Did you play Jack the Ripper at all?
No, I
No.
did not.
And this is like an interview.
I know.
No, because I'm just trying to just to hopefully help you guys understand where I'm coming from with this. But prior to that, you did play all the AC games, right? You
Yeah.
today, with an exception, I'm sure, being Rogue and probably
Yep,
Chronicles.
that's the only.
But like you, I played them all. Right? I played 1, didn't like 1. A lot of people seem to love Altair. I think he's probably the weakest hero within that franchise, but I don't see what the appeal is there. It was up until possibly Revelations where I thought he was actually a really cool character, and that's because they kind of focus on his story a little bit. So my whole thing with AC, right? Like, I really enjoy that franchise, and I think I've become too accustomed to the whole annualized releases of the series where I'm like, okay, let this many months pass and I'll get to jump right back in. Because for me, AC is the game where you can jump in, play around with, collect some things, kill some people, have some fun. You get a decent story along the way, and wrap it up. Or at least that's what it's become. So maybe it's just being complacent and accepting what Ubisoft is putting out, just for the cheap thrills that it is. But I was kind of fine with the annualization because of that. So I'm kind of two sides with the whole 2017 release for Empire, which was hinted in Unity through the DLC Dead Kings. So hopefully it turns out to be a better game because of this. But at the same time, I'm a little let down because I kind of wanted a new AC after playing Syndicate. I kind of always want more. And
Got a little China Chronicles, Indian Chronicle coming in.
well, yeah, that's actually releasing next month. It's AC Chronicles India, and pursuant to that, I think it's the one based in Russia. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Chronicles, I haven't checked that.
You got something.
Well, yeah, there's something, but those are more side-scrolling. But hopefully, it turns out to be something really cool. I mean, they're going to Egypt. There's a lot of history there. We'll see Cleopatra and God knows how many other historical figures. So, I'd be interested to see, some gameplay. Hopefully, E3 something to show what it is that they're working on. But they definitely, I do agree that they need something new. They need something fresh to kind of relaunch this whole franchise and get people excited for it again.
Yeah, because I remember the first one. I was really excited because that trailer that they showed with Altair, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a great game." Picked it up, played a while.
Most repetitive thing I've ever played in my life. And granted, AC games can be repetitive, but Assassin's Creed 1, oh my god, I put that thing down after, I want to say, 2-3 hours maybe. I was like, I am done with this shit.
I actually liked it.
Really?
Yep.
I don't know. I couldn't do it. And then 2 came around and just blew my mind.
Yeah, 2 was really good. 2 had a
Although
really good storyline.
I still prefer Brotherhood. That's still my best.
Your favorite AC is Brotherhood?
Yeah.
Well, in terms of AC current storyline or the modern day storyline mixed with, I guess, the ancestral storylines, I'd have to say that 3 was probably my favorite. And a lot of people dislike 3. I get it.
Probably get to the ending.
But I thought it was great. I mean, mostly because you got so much story regarding the modern day, and especially everything that happened with Desmond. There was a lot of story there, a lot of good things. But again, I completely get why people didn't like it. Connor was a little stoic. It's the stereotypical Native American nonsense. But I really enjoyed it. But Greg, you got to get on AC, man. You got to check some of these out, develop some opinions. Let us know what you think, man.
And everyone who's played all these games, let everyone know what you think about his opinions. Tell him that you hate him because he likes Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, I'm sure anybody will get crap for saying that. And I get it, guys, but it'd be cool to see what you guys think. So again, you can always shoot on over to our Facebook page, which is Insert Coin to Play, and leave us some comments there. Anything you'd like to say, or just further discuss, like Assassin's Creed and why you hate it.
Oh, and gotta correct you. The Chronicles India actually comes out on the 12th.
This month.
Oh, this month.
Oh,
Comes out next
sweet.
week.
Oh, nice. So I should probably get on Chronicles China before that releases.
Yeah, because China came out last April.
Yeah.
India is next week. And Russia is on the 9th of February.
Okay.
So we got a few side scores going on.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, guys, you can always reach us at our Facebook page, Insert Coin to Play. We also do have a Twitter account if you want to message us at InsertCoinTP, or email us at InsertCoinTP@gmail.com.
Yep.
So,
Awkward pause.
Huh? What
Awkward
happened?
pause.
I hope you guys enjoyed our first show. Ariel, Cheech, anything you guys want to add?
No, thanks for listening so far. If you've stuck this whole way through, and expect more. There'll definitely be more, and we hope to see you soon.
Yep, definitely. Yeah, thank you for listening, and we're definitely gonna keep doing this.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah, a little late, but Happy New Year to you guys.
I don't know. I was watching John Oliver. You can say, if you say it within the week, it's okay. And he goes, if you say it after a week, people might think you just woke up from your blackout. So we're still within the week, unless you're listening to this weekend. So whatever. We publish this on Wednesday the 6th. But no, thank you everyone for listening, and we hope we hear from you soon. And we're gonna put out more, because like I said, we just love talking about games, movies. We didn't do anime, though. We do. Cheech is a really big anime guy, and
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we definitely could do some for them than our nurse. Oh my god! Wow. We could definitely do some of those in the next show.
yeah, and then we'll hope to hear from you soon. And thanks again.
All right. So long, guys.
All right, guys. All right, see you guys.
All right.